ChatGPT. Love it or hate it, it's hard to deny what a powerful and influential force it's become in all of our lives. But just how much should we be trusting it? Asking it for shopping lists or to solve math problems is one thing, but what about asking it for parenting advice? We'll see just what it offers parents in this episode. Was it 2 years ago when we first started to hear about this?
I feel like maybe?
Ish.
Yeah.
I feel like it was Bark Week, the Bark Week before last week.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, last Bark Week. Yeah. Okay. So like 2 years ago, it was like, oh, this is cute.
How are we actually going to use this? Like, is it actually going to be helpful?
Right. Like, this is so great for people who need to like code fast and analyze data fast. Like, that's so awesome. That game has changed. Like, ship has sailed, script is flipped. Like, we're all using it, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I liken it to, I guess, like accountants before calculators and then after calculators. Like, you cannot go back, right? Nor do you want an accountant that doesn't use a calculator.
Right.
At all.
Yeah.
So, that said, our CEO, Brian Basin, Brian Basin Fan Club, shout out, had a great idea. He slacked me. He was like, what about interviewing ChatGPT for our podcast? And I was like, dude, brilliant.
I love it.
It's a great idea. So we're going to ask ChatGPT some questions. So not only do we want to show you the cool computing power of ChatGPT and how it can help you, we also want to show you how it could lead you astray. And not just you, right? Kids. Let's figure out how we can talk to our kids about ChatGPT in an educated way so they're not like, okay, Karen, right?
Right.
And help them understand how to use it for good, but how to be discerning and wise when it comes to the fact that AI can hallucinate, which doesn't mean it's on drugs. It means that it can serve up false information. And so we have to be wise when we're using AI, but it'd be silly for us not to use it.
Right.
Cool. So Sam, you put together, well, before I go down that path, anything else you want to say about ChatGPT before we get started?
I think, I was kind of like a late adopter at first because for me, it's so smart and it can do such incredible things that I was struggling to prompt it and like kind of instruct it. So I think that that's one thing that I've learned is like, you really have to get specific in order to get what you're really looking for.
Yeah.
And I actually just attended an event around AI, and even simple things like one of the speakers was like, I have a sticky note on my desk that I see every day that just says, don't Google. So instead of going to Google to figure out whatever it is you're trying to figure out, like using ChatGPT, Claude, whatever your tool of choice is a great way to like make it more of a habit. And as someone who's trying to start using AI in a daily way, whether that's like helping to build a content calendar or, I don't even know what else. That's how new I am still to this, I feel like. But I think that, making it a habit is something that we should do as long as we're using it the right way.
Yeah, just getting to know it, right? It's the same thing as like if you're old enough, like when the iPod came out, you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to put a CD in a CD player,
right?
How do all these songs get on this little thing?
Yeah,
right. So like, just gotta start playing around with it.
Yep.
Get used to it. Figure out how it can help you and like change your life.
Yeah.
So, or lead you astray. So we'll get into that. What should we ask it?
I have a few questions that I came up with that we can start with.
Awesome.
So should we start like smaller or bigger?
Let's start bigger.
Okay.
And then get more granular.
Okay.
So how about what were you gonna say?
One I had was, what should parents actually be concerned about with their kids being online? Which feels like a bigger
Great. And
product.
before you do that, so when you ask ChatGPT a question, like an open-ended one without giving it specifics, it's usually gonna give you like a bunch of numbered or bulleted things, right? And so if you don't want it to just be blah, 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 blah for a longer time,
Yep.
I would say can you give me the top 10 things?
Ooh, yes.
Or in bullet form, or in numbered form, or in paragraph form. Like, you can get really specific with it. So anyway, I'll let you pick what you want to ask it and how.
Okay. Concerned about. It's hard to type with the mic in front of your hands.
Yeah, no, it's like taking up 30% of your screen.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going with what should parents actually be concerned about with their kids being online? Very broad.
So we'll see how it answers that question, and then let's ask that again. But with the direction of, give me the top 10 reasons, just in bullet form, or
Love
something.
It.
Like, just anyway, you're gonna see.
Yeah, so it's telling us privacy and data collection reasons, manipulative design and algorithms, mental health impacts, cyberbullying, online predators and grooming, misinformation and harmful content, what not to over-focus on, which is interesting. And the final thought is that the most powerful tool is conversation. Kids need parents who listen more than lecture, who guide more than punish, and who stay curious, not fearful about their online lives.
Another tell about ChatGPT is like they like to insert emoji before their list, which is kind of annoying because I was doing that before ChatGPT.
It's true.
So when you see my stuff, don't automatically think it's ChatGPT, okay? Like, I write stuff like without it. So we've now shown like what it can do and how it can do it.
Right.
What do you think we should? Do you want to ask it again in a different form just to show how it can serve you?
Yes.
Okay.
So
maybe ask the same exact question, but say, just give me 10 bullet points.
All right.
Great.
Sure. Here are 10 realistic concerns parents should have about their kids being online.
Awesome.
All right.
Are any of those inaccurate?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I would agree with what they've got here. So privacy risks, excessive screen time, social media pressure, cyberbullying, online predators, inappropriate content, misinformation, scams and fraud, addictive design, and lack of real-world interaction.
Ooh, all right. Let me see that real quick because my old eyes can't read that far. Do you think they missed anything? Privacy, screen time. I'm just thinking mental health, physical health. I think that's addressed with a screen time.
Yep.
Inappropriate, addictive design, lack of real interaction. Yeah, I mean, they nailed it, right?
Yeah.
Now let's ask ChatGPT something that is more ethereal in nature. Like, is there a God? Because this is what your kids are going to be doing, right? Like, what you don't want is for them to turn to ChatGPT or Snapchat My AI or Google Gemini or anything to ask questions that are like really important to have parental and familial guidance around. Like, a robot is not necessarily the best avenue for some of these things, right?
Yep.
So what's it saying?
It says, whether there is a God is one of the oldest and most profound questions humans have ever asked, and there's no single answer that satisfies everyone. And then they say that how people usually respond to it falls into a few different categories. So the religious belief, scientific and skeptical views, spiritual but not religious. And that's kind of it.
So let's say that you're like a super conservative, fill in the blank, whatever religion, but let's go with Christian. And you are worried about a robot leading your child down a path of thinking God isn't real. Is there anything in there that would be like, I don't want my kid to read that? Yeah, I mean, this is super polarizing. I'm just trying to, like, what I'm like, or maybe that's a sexual thing. Like, let's ask it, how old is too young to have sex?
So they're outlining that it's, the answer depends on several factors: legal, emotional, and developmental.
Yeah. So what we're displaying here is essentially like ChatGPT can be great for helping you to formulate thoughts, find recipes, evaluate certain strategies, find research. In fact, we'll search in a minute, like, can you point me to 10 research articles that show that social media is harmful to children's health. So Sam's going to pull that up while I keep rambling. But yeah, so like ChatGPT can be very powerful for those sort of things. But when it comes to more like, is there a God? What's the right age to have sex? Like certain things that you don't want your kids going to a robot to ask, like that's where you need to have those conversations with your kids around how this is a tool. This isn't a parent. This isn't an all-knowing being that cares about your physical and mental health. It's data. It's an aggregation of all of the data that exists out there, but it doesn't take into account your feelings and what's best for your physical and mental health.
So it did pull 10 articles with links.
Amazing.
They kind of recap, you know, what's being highlighted in it. So one of them, let's see, pathological social media use, linked to withdrawal symptoms, anxiety, low mood, and rising mental illness and self-harm in youths.
And it provides links, right?
Yes, yep.
That's
links to
like,
all of it.
Dude, like, yeah, use ChatGPT as a parenting tool.
Trying to think of a question that like a teen would be asking. How
dangerous is smoking marijuana really? And the next question, will I die if I smoke marijuana? That's what I wondered in 10th grade.
Yeah. This is interesting. I asked it, will I die if I smoke it? And they actually highlight what's more dangerous is driving while high, mixing with alcohol, underlying mental health issues, and synthetic marijuana, which could be deadly, they say.
All right, so how can ChatGPT be a parenting gift? Can you give me 10 easy recipes that I can make in under 25 minutes using just chicken, rice, and carrots? Because that's what I have in my fridge.
Let's see. So it's outlining just a simple chicken fried rice, 1 pot chicken and rice pilaf, chicken and carrot stir fry over rice.
Great. Wonderful. See, it can be parenting help. Let's ask it. Oh, why is the Bark smartphone the best, safest smartphone for kids?
Let's see.
Great fast typing, by the way.
I'm trying.
Oh my gosh. Better you than me.
So just high level, it's often called one of the best safest smartphones for kids, especially for older kids and teens, because it combines real smartphone capabilities with advanced parental controls and monitoring designed specifically to protect kids online without completely cutting them off. Powerful monitoring and alerts, customizable parental controls, built on a real smartphone, no need for extra apps, GPS location tracking, safe browsing and internet filtering, two-way communication, which is interesting, subscription-based updated protection. The subscription includes continuous updates and improvements, keeping safety measures current as threats evolve.
That's right.
Love it. Then they do ask, who is it best for? Families with preteens and teens who want a real smartphone experience, but with the safety nets, active monitoring alerts, and combining freedom and safety.
So they got this right, but there's a few things they missed because they don't understand our entire product suite and how it's customizable, and it can actually be just like a brick.
Yep.
So yeah, just use ChatGPT with caution, but as an assistant, not as your lifeline.
Yes.
I'll give an example of how I use it. So, you know, I get emails and texts and phone calls from members of the media to comment on things that are pretty timely, right? And so because I don't have time to be a lawyer and a doctor as well as a CMO, I'll need to ask it things like, which states currently have age verification laws to help prevent minors from accessing pornography? question mark. And in the United States, if I didn't clarify that. And then what I will also ask is like, can you provide source, like a link to sources to verify what I'm asking you? Because you got to fact check ChatGPT.
Yep. Can you provide searching the web? So it's giving the states what like Senate bill or act it was when it went into effect.
Amazing.
And then there's links to everything. They're giving you everything you need. This is
amazing.
Here.
Yeah. So what I would do is before I would speak to, let's say, a news station in Wyoming, I would, because ChatGPT has helped to surface exactly what I need to know, I'll click the link to verify, make sure it's a reputable source, read through it, and then I can hit go. Saves me a ton of time, which is amazing.
Yep. Yeah.
In true let's use ChatGPT fashion, I asked ChatGPT, or I told ChatGPT / asked ChatGPT the following. I host a podcast called Parenting in a Tech World, and I'd like to show the parents who watch online how ChatGPT works, how it can help them, and how they can talk to their kids about using AI safely. Where should we start? It thought for a couple seconds. It said, here's a step-by-step roadmap you can use to introduce ChatGPT on your podcast, both to demonstrate its power to give parents and their kids the tools they need to use it safely. Thanks, ChatGPT. Why do we even need a host for this? Let's generate a hologram and call it a day. Let's not, though. I like my job. It says to first set the stage. What is ChatGPT? Well, it's an AI chatbot built by a company called OpenAI that can answer questions, brainstorm ideas, write drafts, tutor, and more, just by having a conversation. They're telling me to tell you to emphasize that it doesn't think like a human. It's pattern matching on massive amounts of text, which, you're going to have to retell that sentence to your brain a couple times to fully grasp what the heck that means. Why it matters to parents? Instant homework help, recipe ideas, creative play prompts, language learning buddy, plus a little relief from endless internet searches. This is like an ad for ChatGPT. Do you want so ask your ChatGPT, what are 3 screen time tips?
Set consistent limits, encourage breaks, create tech-free zones and times.
Okay, now go to Google and ask the same question. We'll see. Now, Google has its own AI called Gemini that might generate something similar. But if you scroll down to the search results, it's going to take you to blog posts and articles that then contain that information.
Yep. So they're saying set screen-free zones, schedule screen-free times, and model healthy screen habits.
And I already forgot what ChatGPT said. Is that the same thing?
It looks... No, they have the tech-free zones and times was the one that they have that's the same.
So which one is more conversational? Are they both?
I think they're both pretty conversational, but it is interesting. This is the AI overview, so it's the Gemini generated response.
And which one is more accurate? Are they both accurate?
I think they're both accurate. I like that Google actually said model healthy screen habits, thinking about it from the parent's perspective. Mm-hmm. But there is the follow-up on ChatGPT is, do you want tips tailored for kids, teens, or adults?
Oh, so let's go for kids.
Set clear and consistent limits, balance screen time with other activities, use screen time as a reward, not a default.
That's a powerful one.
I like that. So
now I'm going to fast forward to AI Safety 101, what parents and kids need to know. There's four things to keep in mind. One is privacy and data. So ChatGPT doesn't remember personal chats beyond the session, but parents, kids, everybody should avoid sharing sensitive info like full names, addresses, passwords, etc. And there's also a way to clear chat history, which everybody should just do, unless you're trying to have it remember your persona for like work-related or homework-related things.
Yep.
2 is hallucinations and accuracy. Sometimes ChatGPT makes up facts or dates or references. Always double check anything critical. When you're asking it important questions, make sure it links you to sources. Ask for links, ask for sources, ask for references, click on them, read them, verify. Trust but verify.
Yes.
And I mean, this is ChatGPT telling us that it hallucinates. Like, don't take it from me, take it from it. 3, bias and tone. AI reflects patterns in its training data. So if something feels off, too blunt, stereotyped, or confusing, talk through it with your child. It's not a human. It's a robot. And then 4, screen time balance. ChatGPT is a tool. It's not a babysitter. Use it to enrich activities, not replace real-world play or human connection. And I cannot overemphasize this. There are now sites like character.ai that emulate a persona, and children can become attached to it. Grown humans can fall in love with it. It's a very real thing. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a thing. And no child or human needs to be led astray by a very smart robot and algorithm that can prey on your emotions and nuances to make you feel some sort of way. So talk to your kids about using it as a tool, not as a way to bond. We've only just like scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But wanted to just level set about ChatGPT, AI in general. Bark uses AI.
Yeah.
We have been for the past 10 years. So like we were ahead of the curve. You know, if you have any questions about how to use it yourself to help you in your personal life or career, don't hesitate to drop those questions below. And if you want to know how you can help your child use it but not abuse it, and we haven't fully covered it, let us know when we can do another episode.
Awesome.